Avoid this mistake if you want to build true inner strength. We all want to be strong, resilient, and mentally tough, but most of us go about it the wrong way. We think that by adding more to our lives, more success, more possessions, more distractions, we'll become happier and stronger. But the truth is, real strength comes from doing the opposite. It's about simplifying, stripping away what's unnecessary, and focusing on what truly matters. In this video, we're going to dive into how you can build mental clarity and emotional armor by avoiding the trap of complexity and embracing simplicity. Ready to discover how less can truly be more? Let's get started. Number 1. Why pain controls us. The trap of expectations and control. Imagine waking up in the morning with a clear head, the sun casting a golden glow through your window, and everything just feels right. You step into the day with hope and excitement, a sense that anything is possible. It's easy to feel at peace when the world aligns with our expectations. In moments like these, we feel like we're in control. The laughter of children in the park, the joy of seeing a friend, or even the warmth of a favorite song on the radio can make us feel invincible. Life is good, and in that fleeting moment, it's easy to believe we're the masters of our destiny. But then something shifts. Maybe it's a small thing. A text goes unanswered, a comment stings more than it should, or traffic makes you late for an important meeting. Suddenly, that bubble of peace bursts. The disappointment settles in, the tension rises, and frustration gnaws at your core. Where did the peace go? Why is it that our happiness, once so vivid, seems to evaporate so quickly? The truth is, pain controls us because of our deep-seated expectations about how life should be. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe that if we work hard, be kind, and follow the rules, life will reward us. We expect certain outcomes from our relationships, careers, and health. And when life doesn't match those expectations, when the world doesn't bend to our will, we feel betrayed. It's as if the universe itself has broken some unspoken promise. Pain arises when we try to control outcomes that are inherently uncontrollable. But this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea, it's something we've all experienced. Think back to a time when something didn't go your way. Perhaps a relationship didn't turn out how you hoped, or a dream job slipped through your fingers. How did it make you feel? Probably a mixture of frustration, sadness, and even anger. We all have these moments where the weight of our expectations feels crushing and the pain that follows seems unbearable. In reality, pain often comes from trying to control things that we were never meant to control. We expect life to be predictable, orderly, and fair, but life is none of those things. And the tighter we cling to our expectations, the more pain we invite into our lives. This is the trap, the cycle of expectation and disappointment that many of us live in. And yet, in a world that seems determined to test us at every turn, is there a way out? It's here that we enter the realm of Stoic wisdom. The Stoics knew that much of our suffering comes not from the events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. They taught that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. And this brings us to the heart of the matter. If we want to free ourselves from the grip of pain, we need to change our relationship with control. We need to shift our focus from trying to control the world around us to controlling how we interpret and respond to it. Number 2, Stoic detachment, choosing what to focus on in a chaotic world. Now imagine yourself standing in the middle of a bustling city street. Cars zoom by, people hurry past, and the noise is overwhelming. Yet, amidst the chaos, you remain calm. How? Because you've learned the art of Stoic detachment. This ability to remain centered, even in the middle of life's storms, is what makes Stoicism such a powerful tool in today's fast-paced world. We live in an age of constant distractions, From the endless barrage of social media notifications to the pressure of societal expectations, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Our attention is pulled in 1,000 different directions, leaving us drained, anxious, and scattered. But here's the thing. While we can't control the chaos of the outside world, we can control where we direct our focus. This is the essence of Stoic detachment, not withdrawing from life, but learning to focus only on what truly matters. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed by the sheer amount of things demanding your attention. Maybe it was work deadlines piling up, the responsibilities of family, or the constant updates about everything going wrong in the world. It's no wonder so many of us feel like we're drowning. Yet, what if I told you that most of what we stress about is out of our control? What if the key to inner peace isn't found in doing more, but in doing less, in focusing only on the things within our control? The Stoics remind us that we have a choice in every moment. We can either let the chaos control us, or we can choose where to place our focus. In their view, the only things we can control are our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Everything else, what people think of us, the success or failure of our plans, the behavior of others, is ultimately beyond our control. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How much of your mental energy is spent worrying about things that you have no power over? Whether it's the opinion of others, the unpredictable nature of the economy, or the actions of a loved one, we often allow these external forces to dictate our emotional state. But by practicing Stoic detachment, we can reclaim our mental space. We can choose to focus on what we can control, our own reactions, our own choices, and let go of the rest. Of course, this is easier said than done. We are, after all, human. We care deeply about the people in our lives, and we want to make a difference in the world. But Stoic detachment doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we stop wasting energy on things we cannot change. By doing so, we free ourselves from the constant cycle of stress and anxiety, allowing us to engage with life more fully and intentionally. Number 3, embracing pain as a teacher, transforming hurt into growth. Pain, in its many forms, is a universal human experience. It's something we all try to avoid, yet it finds its way into our lives, often when we least expect it. Whether it's the pain of loss, failure, or rejection, these moments leave a mark on us. But what if we stopped seeing pain as an enemy and started seeing it as a teacher? Picture yourself back in a time when you faced significant pain. Maybe it was a heartbreak that left you feeling empty, or a setback that shook your confidence. In that moment, the pain felt overwhelming, like it would never end. But here you are now, stronger, wiser, and perhaps even grateful for the lessons that pain taught you. This is the paradox of pain. While it hurts in the moment, it often leads to our greatest growth. The Stoics believed that pain, rather than something to be feared, is an opportunity for transformation. Pain, in their view, is the world's way of teaching us resilience. It's a test of our inner strength, a challenge to rise above our circumstances. When we embrace pain, rather than resist it, we can begin to see it as a stepping stone to growth. Think about the heroes in stories that inspire you. Whether it's a sports figure overcoming injury, a leader persevering through adversity, or even a loved one who survived difficult times, what do they all have in common? They didn't shy away from pain. They faced it head-on and emerged stronger on the other side. The same is true for you. Every painful experience you've endured has shaped you, made you more compassionate, more resilient, and more capable. But how do we embrace pain in real time, especially when it feels unbearable? The key lies in reframing how we view it. Instead of seeing pain as something that happens to us, we can see it as something that happens for us. It's not a punishment, it's an opportunity for growth. This shift in perspective is at the heart of Stoic philosophy, and it's what allows us to transform our suffering into strength. The next time you find yourself in a painful situation, pause for a moment. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What can I learn from this?" It's a small shift, but it has the power to change everything. By embracing pain as a teacher, we stop being victims of our circumstances and start becoming the architects of our own growth. Number 4, building mental clarity and emotional armor, simplifying life for inner strength. Let's take a moment to imagine a life where you wake up each day with a sense of calm. Your mind is clear, free from the constant noise of overthinking. Your heart is steady, not weighed down by the emotional ups and downs that so often take control. There's a lightness to your day, a sense of balance that feels unshakable. You move through life with purpose and resilience, no longer tossed around by the turbulence of stress or uncertainty. This kind of clarity, this emotional armor is possible, but it requires simplification. It requires letting go of the unnecessary weight we carry, both mentally and emotionally. Now think about the complexity of modern life. We're juggling responsibilities from work to family, relationships, and the never-ending stream of digital distractions. There's a pressure to always be on, to constantly achieve more, do more, and be more. It's exhausting. Our minds become cluttered with tasks, worries, and what-ifs. It's no wonder that mental clarity feels elusive and emotional strength seems like a distant goal. But what if the answer lies not in doing more, but in simplifying? Mental clarity and emotional resilience are built through the art of simplification. The Stoics believed that to live well, we need to focus on what truly matters and strip away everything that distracts us from that focus. It's about cutting out the noise, the excess, and the unnecessary complexities that weigh us down. But this doesn't mean we retreat from life's responsibilities. It means we approach them with a more deliberate mindset, clearing our mental and emotional space for what's essential. Imagine your mind as a cluttered room. Every thought, worry, or distraction adds another item of clutter until there's barely any room left to move around. In a cluttered space, it's difficult to think clearly, to feel grounded. But when you start removing the unnecessary, whether it's limiting your social media time, learning to say no to obligations that don't serve you, or releasing old emotional baggage, you begin to create space. And in that space, clarity emerges. The fog lifts, and you can finally see what truly matters. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How much of your mental and emotional energy is spent on things that are, in the grand scheme of things, unimportant? How much of your stress comes from trying to juggle too many things at once? The Stoics teach us that simplicity is key to building inner strength. By focusing on the essentials, our values, our purpose, our relationships, we can cultivate mental clarity and emotional armor to face life's challenges head-on. This simplification doesn't mean a life devoid of challenges. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about creating a solid foundation of clarity and resilience so that when challenges do arise, we are better equipped to handle them. With a clear mind and a strong emotional core, we can face adversity without being overwhelmed by it. We can make decisions with greater wisdom, act with greater purpose, and respond with greater emotional balance. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed by the complexity of your life. Maybe you were managing too many tasks at once, trying to meet everyone's expectations, or feeling emotionally drained by situations beyond your control. Now, imagine what it would feel like to shed some of that weight, to let go of the things that no longer serve you, to prioritize what truly matters, and to face each day with clarity and calm. That's the kind of life the Stoics aimed for, and it's a life that's possible for all of us. But how do we start simplifying? It begins with a shift in mindset. We must recognize that not everything deserves our attention or energy. We don't have to do it all. By embracing the idea that less is more, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we can start to build a life that is both clearer and stronger. It's about consciously deciding where to place our focus and energy, and in doing so, we begin to build the mental clarity and emotional resilience that form our true inner strength. Now, let's get personal for a moment. Think back to a time in your life when things felt truly simple, whether it was a childhood memory, a peaceful vacation, or a brief moment of stillness. Nostalgia reminds us that life wasn't always this complicated. There was a time when our biggest concern was the present moment, when we weren't constantly worrying about the future or burdened by the past. It's that simplicity we long for when life gets chaotic. We all crave that feeling of inner peace and clarity, but often we chase it in the wrong ways. We add more to our lives, thinking that more success, more possessions, or more distractions will give us the fulfillment we're looking for. But deep down, we know that what we truly need is less clutter in our minds, fewer emotional burdens, and a simplified path to what really matters. So the question becomes, how can we return to that state of simplicity in our modern, complex lives? How can we strip away the excess, mentally and emotionally, and build the inner strength that allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience? The answer lies in learning to detach from what's unimportant, to prioritize our mental clarity, and to build emotional armor that shields us from the chaos of the world. This isn't about becoming invulnerable or unfeeling. It's about cultivating a mindset that allows us to respond to life with clarity and strength. By simplifying our mental and emotional lives, we free ourselves from the distractions and anxieties that keep us from living fully. We create space for what truly matters, our values, our purpose, and our relationships. As you move forward in your own life, consider what steps you can take to simplify. What mental clutter can you clear out? What emotional baggage can you let go of? By making these small but powerful shifts, you'll begin to build the mental clarity and emotional armor needed to face whatever life throws your way, with strength, resilience, and most importantly, peace. As we wrap up, remember that true inner strength doesn't come from piling more on your plate. It comes from letting go, from simplifying, and from focusing on what truly matters. Life is chaotic, but when you can learn to build mental clarity and emotional armor, you'll find a sense of peace that no amount of material success can provide. Pain, adversity, and challenges will always be there, but with the right mindset, you'll be ready to face them head-on and grow stronger with each experience. Drop 100 if you've watched this far. It means you're part of the 0.01% who actually follow through and finish what they start. If you're serious about transforming your life and living with intention, make sure to hit that subscribe button and become a part of our community. Your journey to inner strength starts now.